What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is HD StarCraft, and are y'all ready for this? It's time for another Heart of the Swarm broadcast. And over here in the top right-hand corner, I'm going to be introducing to you guys the red Terran player. His name is DarthCaesar. Don't get it confused for QXC. He actually just lent his account to QXC. This is actually DarthCaesar, and I just confirmed that. And he will, of course, once again be up in the top right-hand corner of Howling Peaks, and able to speak a little Korean as well. He sent in this replay to me into my email account. So if, by the way, you guys know any good players or any pros, or you guys are watching any streams of high-level StarCraft 2 HOTS games and they want to have their replays casted, you guys can just have them go ahead and send those replays into me at HDreplays@gmail.com. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent, and his name is going to be Barcode. So it's going to be the Blue Zerg Barcode versus DarthCaesar, a Terran versus Zerg. And I'm promised that this game is going to be pretty damn good. So get your popcorn, get your beer, or your orange juice, or your Sunny D, whatever you like to drink. You know, I have a lot of favorite beverages now that it comes to think of it. I was on a Sunny Delight phase a couple years ago. I don't know how many of you guys remember that. And then I kind of got off that and drank a lot of Red Bull. And wow, that SCV did not just die. How do you lose that? And then, yeah, you know, after all of that, now I'm just kind of drinking water. In fact, I've got a healthy glass of water right here on my table. And let's just see what happens. I'm gonna take a bit of a more chilled approach to this cast. You know, I'm not feeling too high energy right now, just because I just woke up, and I am on full-on gamer time right now. How many of you guys are actually on full-on gamer time? Because for me, I usually sleep around like 5, 6 in the morning, and then I get up at like 3 the next day. Wow, that SCV almost got chased down by a whole pack of drones, but didn't happen quite right there. But yeah, my gamer time is pretty messed up. I play a lot of StarCraft 2 and Dota late into the night, and besides asking you guys what time you guys are at and what schedule you guys are all on, I was wondering, would you guys like to see any cool Dota 2 highlights? Because I've been having some pretty funny games in Dota 2, and you know, all the replays are obviously saved. And I have some pretty funny stuff. I don't know how many of you guys are into Dota 2. I know a lot of people are obviously into MOBA in general, and that includes me, obviously. But how many of you guys would like to see some cool Dota 2 little, not like a full-on game, but just like really cool things that happened that I've done? Because I've been playing a lot, and I figure it'd be fun to show you guys. Let me know what you guys think about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this game. Barcode has gone for a natural hatchery, and looks like he is going to throw up a crawler just to be safe. I like that. It's only 100 minerals. Actually, it's 150 if you count the drone as well, but it really makes it so that you don't, die to some early aggression from Terran, and it just gives you that extra sense of security to know that after the spine crawler, you can just go ahead and drone as much as you want, and you should be okay. 2 gases here for DarthCaesar. And it looks like he's going to go for factory. Probably going to see Widow Mines here. I'm not going to lie. That is very much the, right now, consensus best unit in Heart of the Swarm. By the way, guys, this is recent as of patch 6. I always want to try to bring you guys the most recent replays, because I remember casting a game where the patch was actually 1 patch old, and a lot of people seemed disappointed in that. So I hear you guys, and I want to try to bring you guys the most recent stuff, but you also have to understand, I guess, that not too many pros are playing and not too many replays are being released, and on top of that, Blizzard is changing things on a weekly basis, so it's very hard to stay up to date. But I'll try my best whenever I get an opportunity. Anyways, do we have Widow Mines on the way here from the reactor factory? Not right now. There we go, two Widow Mines. And the only change to Widow Mine as of right now is they take 1 more additional second to burrow. So before they took 2 seconds, but now they take 3, meaning that it's going to be a lot easier to counter it. You can probably get your units away if they try to storm your army with Widow Mines. I've been known to do that a couple of times. And if that's the case, you can just pull your army away, no big deal. And yeah, man, Widow Mine production in full-on mode right now. And we do have a Tech Lab starport, so interesting. He's not going to go Medivacs, but he's going to go Banshees. usually you see Terran players go medevac to rob Widow Mines. If they decide to go starport at all. Sometimes they just go mass factory and make Widow Mines all day long, which is a totally viable strat as well. But we do have a Banshee coming, so I'm interested to see how that's going to work. I love what DarthCaesar's doing with this mine here, and if Barcode isn't paying attention, when those drones come over to mine at this expansion, those drones could very well die. And if some of you guys were wondering, why did Blizzard make it so that Spore Crawlers no longer require an evolution chamber? The reason for that is because without the requirement for Evo Chamber, it actually makes it so Zerg can hold off a quick Widow Mine rush from a Terran player, a quick barracks factory and producing Widow Mines. Otherwise, you actually have to rush lair to get mobile detection, and it's very hard. Or you have to get an Evo Chamber, and it's just so hard to get the detection out in time before you start to take significant damage. So overall, it is actually a very good idea, and it looks like this mine maybe have already gotten one drone kill because it moved to a new position, and there is an Overseer coming. Either that, or Barcode realized that there was a mine there, and he's just making the Overseer, which is smart. I don't think this Banshee is going to be able to do much, though, and that's one of the reasons why I thought going for a Banshee after the Widow Mine was weird, because in both cases you force Zerg to get detection, and they both shut down the Banshee and the Widow Mine, assuming the Banshee has Cloak, but it doesn't look like it does. It's actually starting to hit this hatchery down a little bit. DarthCaesar at a third base right now, and he is bringing over the whole mother load of queens right now. The mommies have been called to battle. And I don't think... Oh, that queen just took a shot from the Widow Mine. And so one queen will go down, but with 3 queens here still alive, the Banshee and the mine are going to get killed off. And that Overseer needs to go down just a hex in order to finish it off. Oh no, did Barcode not realize that he didn't kill the mine yet? I don't think he did. So if this Widow Mine gets a second kill, then I think it's going to be definitely worth it, even though he lost a Banshee as well. And we'll see. Oh, it hit the larva. Okay. Well, larva are pretty sturdy, man. They got a lot of armor and HP, so no problem there. Actually, one of the eggs almost died, I think. Yeah, so one of the eggs took quite a bit of damage, but with over 160, they're not going to fall to a mine. And right now, the Zerg player, Barcode, is going for Spire and Swarm Host. So, wow, he's really going to mix it up here. But there's Battle Hellions coming. Not Blue Flame upgraded yet, but it's on the way. Going to get a couple of drone kills here. The mine has been killed off finally. And these Hellions, if they can get out of here... Oh, they're running through the gauntlet now. Crawlers and Queens. And I guess overall, not a bad job right there by DarthCaesar. He actually killed off 5 drones. It's pretty good harass so far from DarthCaesar, but the main reason why, if you look at the top right and you see his supply is so astronomically ahead of Barcode, it's because he's got a third base, and he's had this third base for some time. Ooh, I love that supply depot wall as well. That just makes it... it's almost like a moat that he's erected around his castle. And if he wants to raise the bridge or lower the bridge, it's totally up to him. That's a very safe strategy. I like it a lot. But you know what? On this map, it is actually really hard to control a fourth for a Zerg. You can try to take this one, but it's pretty out in the open. You can try to take this one, but it's very extended away. And there's an easy path for Terran to come and attack, as we see right now. And so I think right now Barcode needs to get a fourth, but I don't know where he's going to go for it. He is making a lot of Swarm Hosts, though. We will see if these Swarm Hosts will get the job done or not. A lot of Hellions coming in here, though. And those Zerglings, oh, the Hellions have Blue Flames, so these Zerglings are going to have a hard time killing them all off. Nice escape right there. Those Hellions just pulled a quick Houdini and got out of the way. And actually, if those Zerglings keep chasing, that Hellion group could easily kill off the Zerglings, but it looks like DarthCaesar decided not to give a one last volley there. We got additional CCs coming up here from the Red Terran, and a lot of factories back at home. He's making a lot of tanks right now, so I really like the build. He started off with Widow Mine Harass, great in the early game, but now that there's detection out on the map, he doesn't need Widow Mine so much anymore. He needs, you know, Tank, Thor, and Battle Hellion, and he's made that transition very easily. Here comes a changeling, but it's going the wrong way. And it's going to die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we do have an attack coming here from the Zerg player. And like I said before, Barcode with an interesting composition. Muta Swarmhost. I think he went Mutas to counter Banshee, but there was only one Banshee made this game. And so we'll see what happens. But the Mutas still are not, they're not bad against mass mech, but there's still a lot of Thors there. And missile turrets, so I don't know about this. Double planetary coming up from DarthCaesar. And now the moat has been outfitted with twin Abyx cannons. Somebody went to the future and brought back some Terran technology back to this old castle, and that's going to be very, very hard to break for the Zerg player. I don't see any way how he can do it, but we do have Vipers coming. And the Vipers now, the only big change, actually they had two big changes. They move a little faster now, I think it's acceleration, and their binding cloud radius has been increased. So it can hit multiple units now, and you know, the abduct is still there. If Barcode can get a couple of good abducts off and then binding cloud the tanks, I can see this army working out pretty well for him. This is interesting. But he still needs a fourth base. He finally just got it. And I know, you know, in the GSL lately, a lot of Zergs like Lenok have been making do with playing an even number of bases against Terran and Protoss. But I'm from the old school, man. I believe in this. You gotta get a lot of bases as Zergs. So I'm still not completely sold on the idea of staying even on bases. I think it's really risky. But here we go. It looks like the Zerg is gonna fall. Ooh, be careful there, Barcode. DarthCaesar has +2 Thors right now, and with 4 of them on the field, it won't take very long for those Mutas to just get squashed like a bug. And I know some people want to see that, but I don't think Barcode does. And actually, DarthCaesar now continuing to pull back, playing pretty safe. He's at 200 supply already, though. But then you look at the Zerg bank; he's got 3K 500. So I'm not entirely sure why he hasn't come closer to maxing out yet. I think one of the limitations is his gas, and obviously he doesn't want to just make a bunch of Zerglings here. There's a lot of Bataholians. And classic fight right there, Widowmine versus Swarmhost. It's actually an endless battle between these two, if you can get enough Widowmines on the field. But it doesn't look like there won't be. There will be, and those Swarmhosts will kill them off. But you know what? This Terran army is very big, and it's researching 3-3 right now. How about the Zerg army? What kind of upgrades are we looking at? 2-2. So the upgrades are pretty close, and it does look like DarthCaesar is going to go in here. Oh, look at the firing range, man. How in the world is Barcode going to fight against this? He's pulling the Thors in. 3 Thors have been yanked in. Get over here, he says. And now the Locust coming out just in the nick of time. Oh, that was good timing right there. I don't know if it was accidental or on purpose, but that worked out pretty well. He needs to get the Swarmhosts out right now, though. And the Swarmhosts are scurrying away, but that does mean this hatchery could go down. Not a terrible loss though for Barcode, because you have to remember he still has the 4th base down here. He needs to saturate it, but it will remain 4 bases to 3 bases. But that Terran army is so big. 12 Swarmhosts more on the way. That's going to total up to 23. Actually, with 23 Swarmhosts, I think that DarthCaesar has to pull back. I don't think he's going to have enough to deal with this. And to fight off against Swarmhosts, you either need Banshees, or you need a lot of Widowmines, or a lot of tanks, one or the other. And he has a lot of tanks, but I don't think he has enough to fight off against 23 Swarmhosts, plus the Brood Lords. And DarthCaesar is probably going to have to pull back here. It's an eternal battlefield right now. War of attrition. Who is going to come through? How much blood will be spilled on the purple floor? The contagious creep on the ground, just feeding, just getting nutrition all day long. And it does look like back in home, DarthCaesar just blowing through his own bases. His Terran units have so much testosterone they cannot be contained by buildings. Does look like the Vikings here coming out. Good switch for DarthCaesar to get Vikings to counter the Brood Lords. There's also Corruptors here. I don't know, man. This is going to be an interesting conclusion. And the funny thing is, I don't think we're even close to the conclusion yet. Broodlords are trying to attack on the left-hand side. Corruptors coming in to defend, but they're in range of the Thors. Don't do it, Barcode. DarthCaesar ripping those air units apart. And they come back home for some quick transfuses. Very handy right there by the Zerg player. DarthCaesar still holding this position here. And I think he actually has enough tanks to kill off all the Swarm hosts. So he's not taking any additional damage now on his mechanized units just due to the raw firepower. But whoa, that's a big round of Locusts. Are they going to get close enough? No, they won't. So yeah, and more tanks are continuing to come in. But I think what Barcode is waiting for here is more Broodlords. He's got 11 more Corruptors on the way. And so when those 11 come out, he's probably going to morph these into Broodlords or morph some combination of his new Corruptors into Broodlords. We do have a 4th base coming up from DarthCaesar. How many command centers does this guy have? Oh my god. Is that even a number? Yes, it is. It is 11. But that's a lot of command centers, so really DarthCaesar has money. I mean, he's got economy for days. And still maxed out here, but you know what? The Zerg player not giving up. Trying to get closer and closer. That's a lot of Broodlords, and the scan sees that, so right now DarthCaesar probably is a little scared. He might want to get a lot more Vikings on the field, trying to get plus ship weapons and making Vikings 2 at a time. And one advantage he's got is these Broodlords and Corruptors do not have any air upgrades, so the Vikings, even though they're small in number, might still be able to do some work here. And one Broodlord will fall, 2 Broodlords will die. No, the second one lives. And the Corruptors here have to be careful. You don't want to clump up on the Thors. Oh my goodness. And those Vikings are just dancing, trying to pull the Corruptors closer to the Thors. Very good micro from both sides right now. I think especially from Barcode, just staying barely out of range of the Thors. But DarthCaesar now, oh no! The Corruptors, what are they doing? Oh my goodness, all those Corruptors are going to die. And once the Corruptors die, these Broodlords are exposed, but there's a lot of tanks going down from the continuous spawning of Locusts and Broodlings. And meanwhile, in the bottom right-hand corner, it looks like one of the bases went down, so DarthCaesar shut down a base with 2 tanks and a Battle Hellion. Meaning, of course, the Zerg has no more bases that can actually... I mean, he's still got a base right here that he's fully mining from, but he needs another base. Weirdly enough, he still has a lot of cash. And the tanks and the Battle Hellions going out on their extravagant mission. And it does look like we're going to have enough firepower here to blow through these queens. The drones might have to be called on for support here, or something needs to be sent down to take care of these 2 tanks. Because at 3-3 apiece, these 2 tanks are going to molester these queens and drones. And queens don't like having their babies molested. Actually, that's enough queens now that they're in melee range, that the tanks will die. But without queens in the middle field here to support these units, I wonder if DarthCaesar might make a push? It doesn't look like it. He's actually making a planetary in the middle of the map now, and he's making Ravens, making more CCs at the top left. I mean, I'm not even going to try to count how many command centers he has right now, because he has a lot. Let's just say that. And he's making Ravens as well, and they are Secret Missile upgraded. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And Secret Missiles, they're a pretty good unit to use against clumped up air. So we'll see how that works out. Here we go, big battle. PDD can also be used to stop the Corruptors, and that's exactly what is going on right now, but that PDD has run out of energy, and now the Raven's dropping turrets on the ground. It does look like DarthCaesar will have enough air to take out the Corruptors, or at least push them away. And so down they go, or back they retreat. But, you know, the thing here is, Barcode doesn't have an extra base. I mean, okay, he just got the one in the bottom right, but how is he still fighting this war? I think one of the main reasons, even though he's down in bases and he's still maintaining this game, is because he's relying so heavily on Swarm Hosts and Broodlords, units that continuously spawn for free. And if that's the case, well, Zerg doesn't really need to spend their money. So that's one of the reasons why he's still making a fight of this game, but pure numbers, just looking at the math, and math doesn't lie, man. Numbers never lie. Look at how many bases DarthCaesar has. Theoretically, he should be able to pump units forever. I'm so surprised that his money isn't higher than it is right now, but you know what? He is losing stuff constantly to these Swarm hosts, having to replace them. Look at Hellion there, a Hellion almost dying there, spending money to repair the Battle Hellion as well. You know, that all costs money, man. He's got to manage that budget. So the battle will continue to rage on. Terran army continuing to support with reinforcements every so often. In fact, it's a continuous stream, it looks like. And I guess if the Barcode Zerg player continues this up and continues forcing Mr. Red Terran DarthCaesar to spend his money, then really he's got all the bases on the map. But look at his bank; it's not as high as the Zerg, at least not from a mineral standpoint. This is a very, very drawn-out game right now. And like I said before, like 5 minutes ago, I don't know when the conclusion will be, and I still don't know when it's going to be. 3-3 airs on the way, though. That is a dramatic change. And the Corruptors are still at 0-0. That's pretty big. And look at this, we got Battle Hellions in... Actually, I'm sorry, they're not Battle Hellions anymore. I forgot that they got their name changed to Hellbats. So the Hellbats are coming in here. I actually really like that name change, by the way. And the Hellbats are going to roast up all of the drones. So nice job there. And it does look like that's going to be a good play from DarthCaesar, who continues to keep the Zerg on 3 bases. Queen's coming to fight against the Hellbats, and yeah, those Queens should be able to win. Corruptors all going in here, though. Wow, that's a lot of Corruptors. And taking out Ravens here. In fact, there's some PDDs here, but the PDDs were cleared away. But the 3-3 Vikings proving to be too much for our Zerg player. And DarthCaesar maintains his Terran contain over our blue Zerg. Very nicely done so far by DarthCaesar. Locust just trying to find a way to get around and get into range of the tanks, and you know, every so often they're doing decent damage, but it's not enough. And look at this. Look at this, man. The Ravens now just flying overhead. He's dropping auto turrets on the Swarm host, and he sees it with the Ravens obviously providing detection. And that just shows that DarthCaesar is now confident enough in his upgrades to fly over the Corruptors and Queens. And he doesn't even care at this point. He is actually slowly advancing and about to claim this expansion. That is wild. That is Terran gone wild. And look at this, we've got 2 battle cruisers on the way as well. So don't forget, they will keep that 3-3 upgrade. I think I saw Yamato cannon just a few seconds ago. And yeah, they are Yamato outfitted, so that's going to be another threat that our Barcode Zerg player will have to deal with. DarthCaesar really doing a good job of holding down the middle of the map. And more Hellbats coming in. Gonna roast some Zerglings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases. Terran. 1, 2, 3, 4. And somehow the Zergs is still making a game out of this. This is incredible. Here we go, though. Looks like the Zerg deciding it's migration season is going to go eastward a little bit. Trucker's got to be careful, though, man. That's a lot of Vikings. And look at the Terran army. Oh my baby Jesus. Those Ravens just getting out of the way. Are they going to drop Seeker missiles? They're not going to drop anything. They're all going to die, but it looks like the Terran air is too much for the Zerg to handle. DarthCaesar pulls that battlecruiser away with 5 HP. And I think, well, there's still a lot of Queens on the ground here, and the Queens do have a good amount of upgrades. Queens are going to beat the battlecruisers. I've just about seen everything now in my StarCraft 2 casting career, but I have never seen Queens defeating battlecruisers like that. And now Will there be enough Storm hosts for DarthCaesar, or excuse me, for the Zerg player? No, there isn't. He leaves the game. GG. Wow, that was that was a good one. 35 minutes, and my hat's off to you, DarthCaesar. Very well played. Love the mech style into Terran air. And I hope you guys enjoyed that broadcast. If you guys did, make sure to check me out. I'm at YouTube at HDStarcraft, as well as Facebook and Twitter at HDStarcraft as well. By the way, guys, if you have any cool, sick, hot, or Heart of the Storm replays, or you know any pros, feel free to send them in at HDreplays@gmail.com. I'll see you guys later. I've got more casts coming up for Heart of the Swarm Patch 6. So if you guys are looking forward to some more great games, I've got some pretty epic ones. So just stay tuned. And this is HD, signing out.